Welcome back to FlatsClass University. Today's lesson, I'm going to teach you how to throw 2.5 to 3 inch Ned rigs for winter redfish. That's right, you'll experience success all winter long throwing these tiny little baits. So, let's get after it. Redfish right up in here. Good Lord, do you see that? Do you believe that? That was so quick. They never say no to Mr. Ned. Never say no to Mr. Ned. Boy, that was fast. I just saw him sitting up there. I tossed that little bait up there, and guys, I cannot tell you enough, the Ned rig works. It's a saltwater rig that will catch them when no other lure will. In fact, I'm convinced it's better than live shrimp. You can see a fish, you can catch them. This is just a little 2.75 ticklers in the sprayed grass color. See if I can get this guy in here. The water is cold and I gotta be careful unless I net him because I've got some super light line. I'll tell you the rig here in a minute, but you can see that net in there. Come on, buddy. Good little bait. And that is my redfish catch right there. Put you back in. I don't even know if he knows what happened yet. He is hovering. He's like, I don't know what I ate, but wow. There he goes. Nice little 21, 22 inch fish. So the setup with my Ned rig, this is a ticklers. This is the 2.75 ticklers, and I've got to look what color this is. I don't think it's hot snakes. It might be hot snakes, but it's a great little tool. It's one of my favorite profiles of all the Ned rigs, and this is a 1/10 of an ounce, just a regular Ned locks, a little heavier gauge wire. I've got open hook on this because I'm fishing a little bit of clean bottom here. I've got a piece of bite tippet on here of about 20 pounds that I blood knotted right in that little spot that I know it's tough to see. But I got about 18 inches of that. And then believe it or not, above that, I've got 4 foot of 10-pound leader. I use 10-pound fluorocarbon leader, and I sit here and I put a FG knot right up here. And it goes into the guides a little bit, but it does not matter. The line on my spool is actually the new 10-pound micro braid, which is probably the equivalent of 3 or 4 pound test line. It allows me to throw these very light lures a long way. All right, let's get after it. My favorite time of year to employ the Ned rig, but I will be straight with you. If you live in a pressured fishery, this bait is good all year long. And the main thing is you just gotta keep bottom contact. This bottom here is a little treacherous because you can see all the sponges and pepper grass and limestone, but I'm still able to feel my way over it with this braid. Feel the pinfish beating the heck out of it right now. Throw as close as I dare to the edges because it seems like the few reds I have seen have been tucked up tight looking for something to make a mistake. And the water is so clear this time of year. Oh, there we go. Wow, that was quick. That was only my third cast in the zone. Wow. This bait has been amazing. It has just been amazing. Now the one thing you can't control when you are using a Ned rig is you're going to catch big ones and you're going to catch small ones. This one here happens to be a small one. But I've got to be careful with all of them because I have such a ultra light leader system for this. So I got to be careful with it, with everything I'm using here. But sure are fun to catch. I mean fun. Yeah, this one here is definitely a junior. All right, in he goes. Off into the wild blue yonder. Or, in this case, clear water yonder. Might try to move up with my move trolling motor here just a little bit. This thing is so quiet. If you look close, you can see here's where my FG knot is. It's just barely above my reel. It's right there. That's how long my leader is. Playing with fire, getting this close to the timbers with a thin braid and thin leader. They usually don't shy off this bait very easy. I am getting fouled a little bit, so I might have to make a switch over to the, or I've got another way I can rig it. I'll be right back. Let me show you another way you can rig this. So I threaded onto my shroom's head, okay? And instead of just rigging it open, I rig it almost shaky head style, where I'll pull it through and there's a little barb right there, and I'll leave that out, and then I'll stick this hook back in the body, try to make it as weedless as possible so that it's like this, and it'll still stand up on the bottom and this tail will still wave, because Elastec has some buoyancy to it. So it's stretchy, it's resilient. Pinfish can just boom, 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 just clobber it. But this is one of the best ways to fish this bait. And this material is so soft, if I set the hook, the point will come right through. So we're gonna try that for a little while, see how much cleaner I can keep the bait. Be right back with the fish. Little finesse. TRD, let me throw over here. Another thing really nice about Ned rigs is they land soft, so when you throw them in groups like this, you don't spook fish. You'll notice that I'm only turning like slow little turns. I'm trying to keep this thing where it's within a few inches of the bottom. It's never really hopping. I don't hop it wildly off the bottom. And it's more of a dead action type bait. You know, it doesn't have a ton of action, just enough. And when the water temp, you know, this morning the water temperature was, when I first came out, was barely 60 degrees. It was like 59.8, but now it's getting close to 61.5. So we'll see if that makes a difference with these guys. They move up a little shallower now. They like to sit in those holes when it's cold. We're starting to get a little radiation, so they might come out some. Might come out and play a little bit. I see another redfish up here. I'm going to stop. It's a little bit bigger one. Trying to move to it. He sees it. Oh, I may have had him and not felt him. ran out and busted it again. Just won't commit to it. Thing. And I like to just shake it. I might have to creep up a little bit. Let's creep up just a little bit, see how we can get on him again. That's a big one. Sight fish that one, guys. It is so much fun with a Ned rig. Keep it on the bottom. They trap it on the bottom. They really never feel threatened. They're decent fish too. There was actually a much larger fish. Oh, come on now. I have a big rod here. I'm going to talk a little bit about this rod as soon as I get this bad boy under control. Once I get him under control, I'm going to make a run for the net back there because he's a little too heavy for this super light leader. Seems like he's calming down. Let's get the net. All right, got the net. A little bit too big to manhandle with. Got him. Yes, he fell prey for the Ned. Let's see if I can get him behind the ears here. Oh, and the Ned just fell out. That's my bait. It is just a great lure for this style of fishing. You know, what a pretty fish. I mean, a gorgeous fish. Whoa. Gotta love sight fishing. This is December. We're about 2 weeks outside of Christmas. Cold water. Let's put this guy back in the drink. But you can do so much with a Ned rig. We're going to talk about this rod next. All right, we're going to talk about this rod and reel setup so you understand what it takes to throw these small little 2.5 to 2.75 lures. Fitzgerald Fishing has an Aquafin series, and in the Aquafin series, my favorite for Ned fishing is this 7-foot medium light fast. It throws anything from 1/16 to a half an ounce, and it's rated for 5 to 10 pound line. It's perfect. I've mated that up with a 2500. This is a Daiwa Fuego LT 2500. It's a really nice light reel. I've been using it over the past 2 or 3 months, and it's done really well for me. Now I actually bought this reel just for Ned rig fishing. I got it at sodiumusa.com for a really good price. But this little package here is super affordable, and this style of fishing, I can promise you, once you get hooked on it, you will not look back. All right, let's go back after it and catch another one. Oh, look at that red there. Good Lord. He was sitting out here in the middle of the flat. Trying to look in that glare break, and there's some out here in the glare naturally. I'll be right back when I find another laid up fish. I turned the camera off and said I was gonna go sight fish another one. I saw a sheep's head, and then next to the sheep's head was this redfish, and when I threw up ahead of them both, the redfish just kind of shifted gears and gunned it and went and got him. Wow. And we're fishing on a flat that's got maybe 18 inches of water on it, maybe. That's a big redfish. So I have to play the drag real soft. The hooks on these things are really light wire. That's part of Ned rig fishing, so you can't have tight drag. That's also why I like this nice parabolic bend in the rod itself. It's necessary not only to work a bait and be able to really swing a light lure like this, but you got to have it, honestly, so that you won't open hooks up. Daiwa's done a good job with this reel. They really have. I have a bunch of Vanfords, but I started getting roller bearing issues with them, and I wanted to try something a little new. I put this one into service, and I've had it for about 3 months now. I'm super satisfied with it, and it's not that expensive either. And right now there's so many good deals to be had as you move into the holidays. Some of you guys could probably get a lot better deal than I got on it. So, all right, let's see if I can work him up here close enough. I'm not kidding you guys. These fish react so well to a Ned rig. Now, of course, you've got to have, you know, the local knowledge on what are the best tides, play the water temperature game with trending warmer water, and you also got to pay attention to barometric pressure this time of year. I've got several videos on barometric pressure that you might want to watch, but that's the game this time of year, and we teach all of this at FlatsClassUniversity.com. So if you're that type of angler who you feel like you've plateaued out and you want to be able to, what I call, learn what the pros know, how guides work their magic every day in the field, well, then you need, or you owe it to yourself, to come over to Flats Class University and let me show you some things that will definitely get you to the next level. All right, come on, dude. This fish here it's a lot bigger fish, and for this setup I really can't overman it here. I got about an 8 o'clock start this morning out of the house, and I probably didn't even put the boat in the water until 9 o'clock because I went and stopped and got fuel, as you saw, and that awesome breakfast, protein shake and a protein bar. Look at this fish. Wow. Whoa, where you going, bud? Don't get back there on the tab. All right, this is one of my best ones here today. Come on, come right to the net. Whoa! Yeah, that's a good fish. That is a good fish. Look at that little Ned, you're right there in the corner. Yeah, that is a toad right there. I mean, a toad. I'll bet that fish is probably, yeah, he's 28. That's what he is. Wow, solid fish, beautiful fish. God, I love catching fish like this time of year. All right, let's get him back. There he goes. They always dive under the boat. Hope you're learning something today, guys, because once you go to the Ned rig, you're not coming back, I promise you. Those of you who've been following the channel for a long time, you've got to know that I'm a guy that push poles this time of year, and since the guys over at JL Marine hooked me up with this power pole move, it's just ridiculous not to use it. I mean, it's so quiet, you get so close to fish. I mean, who would dare trolling motor and water this clear and this shallow and expect to have any success? And I'm proving to you that you definitely can. Two big jokers up here. Golly, it's like automatic with this bait, guys. It's crazy how good this thing is. Just crazy. It's just a crazy good bait. You guys aren't throwing a Ned rig, you don't know what you're missing. I'm going to close with this one because I got a doctor. I got to go to my optometrist, believe it or not, but even I can see him when the water is this clear and shallow. Let me put my power pole down. What an unbelievable day. Hey, if you guys enjoy watching this type of content from FlatsClass, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We'd really love to have you being a part of this channel every day. We don't want you to miss anything. And if you're looking for something that's more structured, more of a deeper dive, come on over to FlatsClass University. That's my inshore online fishing school. There's nothing like it out there. We teach intermediate and advanced anglers who love artificial lures how to get better at it. So if that's something you might be interested, well then, let's go. All right, this one's gonna require a net as well. This has been one heck of a day. One heck of a day. And now you know why I picked these light action rods, because if you don't have a light action rod, you're not going to be able to land fish of this caliber on that tiny of a bait and hook. It takes a little doing, but the water temperature the way it is, doing all right. All right, let's get them in here. Let's get this one in here. This one looks to be like a top slot fish too. There were two of them there when I made the presentation, and I led them by about 3 or 4 feet, but this water's so clear, that's like throwing within 6 inches of me. You can see that little finesse TRD, the deal color, sticking out of the side of his face right there. See it? Look at that. Golly. Man, what a stud red. I mean it, man, look at that. What a gorgeous fish. Ooh, what a gorgeous fish. Where's my net? Right here. Now this one might even be bigger than the last one. I don't think it's top of slot, I think it's over slot again. Oh, what a meathead. That Ned rig is going to be your favorite bait this winter, I promise. Okay, let's hold them up for you guys, and then we will let them go. Wow, what a gorgeous fish out here. Look at the tail on that thing. Beautiful. Get a quick measurement just for you guys. On 0 on the aqua traction ruler, and again, this one, 28 inches. We're right there at a 27.5, 28. Nice. All right, let me put him off on this side. There he goes. Should get my camera underwater. This would be a great shot right there. Great shot. They love to sit under my boat.